Okay, in this second video on inner peace, we're going to talk about a concept of being emotionally contagious. Okay, so this is a concept that is kind of adjacent to inner peace, but it can be something where when you think about it, it'll help you recognize where and how you can hold yourself more accountable for the feelings going on inside of you. It can also give you a great perspective of understanding how your association and the people around you is impacting you, right? So in the first video, we talked about how the very first thing you have to do is take accountability for your own sense of peace. Part of that accountability, though, is paying attention to who is influencing you. So the people that you're hanging out with, the people that you're following on social media, are you listening to the news, right? So anything that you're allowing to influence you is part of that dynamic. Okay, so being emotionally contagious, what does that mean? It means just like if you think of being sick, right? If you catch a cold, most of the time you're going to stay away from people until you get better. Or if you have to go to work or go get groceries or whatever, you're going to take some necessary precautions so that you're not spreading your germs to everyone else, right? Because you're contagious. And that's how we want to think of you and your ability, depending on where you're at in your emotional intelligence, to not be emotionally contagious. So think of it this way. When it comes to inner peace, most people are struggling to have a sense of calm confidence inside of them or peace because they're looking at circumstances outside of them, and the way that they're interpreting those circumstances is they're allowing themselves then to get worked up, right? Anxious, frustrated, angry, irritated, annoyed at all of these other things. So when you do that, right, you can become emotionally contagious. You're going to take in information that's outside of you. You're going to allow it to rile you up. And then you're giving that back out to the world, right? So you are talking about it, complaining about it, venting about it, whatever word you want to use, with your friends, your family, your coworkers, your parents, your employees, okay? And what that's doing is it's spreading that particular emotional vibe, which is then just coming back around to you as well and continuing to have you be in that heightened emotional state. Now, the opposite of that, okay, would be where you take in, you observe the things that are happening around you that maybe you don't like or that aren't perfect, right? But when you take that in, you learn how to regulate inside of you. You learn how to have different perspectives, different thoughts. You learn how to have different emotional responses to what's going on. And you take accountability for regulating that inside of you before you then go and transfer your emotional state to other people, right? Because then you're not emotionally contagious. What you're doing is you're regulating it and you are holding yourself responsible for then giving a higher vibe or a higher state of emotional resilience to the world, okay? So can you see how that would be the opposite of being, we've got emotionally contagious behavior and we've got emotionally resilient behavior. And when you learn how to behave in an emotionally resilient way, not only are you not spreading that lack of inner peace with everyone else, but you're able to then get good at practicing inside of you how to accomplish a sense of peace or calm or confidence or whatever state of being you're looking to achieve inside of you. You learn how to do that regardless of what's happening around you. Does that make sense? What are your thoughts? What are your comments? I want to hear from you to make sure that I am creating content and responding to the questions that you specifically have. So let me know.